What's up, everybody? This is Aaron with the Megalithic Mystery, and on today's episode of Ancient Explorations, I'm taking you guys and showing you guys one of the most controversial sites in all of Peru. This massive megalithic gate that was used as a port of entry for the Inca and Wari culture that exists near Cusco. But I don't think it was the Wari and Inca that built it. The stones are too big, they fit too precise, and they're all built at the base. I'm talking, of course, about the incredible site, the Sun Gate at Pikillaqta. Let's explore.
Hey, this is Aaron with the Megalithic Mystery, and I'm here at Pikillaqta, the Incan Sun Gate. Now, this place is a fusion of megalithic and Incan architecture, and it is absolutely fantastic. Let's explore. The main feature here, as you can see, are these two huge entrances. There's one over there, there's one over here. In Inca times, this was used as the main entry and exit for the city of Cusco. And they would stop everybody here for trade and make sure nobody was sick and all sorts of stuff like that. But the really cool feature here that you see is this, as I mentioned, the fusion of megalithic and Incan. So we have here a bunch of stone nubs on these megalithic blocks fitted together with machine-like precision. Absolutely fantastic craftsmanship all the way up there. And then over on the other side here, the Incan construction, very squared off, uses of mortar. They have the steps in them that are protruding. It is, very, very clear difference here in the quality of construction and the overall look of the two different styles. So to the right,
Now this is down the bottom.
You can see the
Before you get to the gate
of the megalithic construction on the bottom and the Incan stuff on top as the second wall, or even as the second layer right up on top here. So it begs the question then, if the Incan could do this, why wouldn't they build it all the way up? Why wouldn't they build the whole thing? And that leads me to the conclusion that the Inca did not build most of these megalithic sites. They merely repurposed them and built on top of them. But it is really cool. Some really cool stuff here and some really great Incan construction. This is the other side of the gate over here. Huge, huge gate. We're going to climb up on it in just a second.
See that tall plant there? So this is, surprisingly, an agave cactus. It is not a tree, but the agave cactus grows up really tall like that. They're pretty cool to see.
But you can see more of this megalithic, these megalithic stones over on this side.
Lots of nubs.
Side of the gate here.
It's windy
all
day too.
Constructed around it or surrounding these megalithic stones with the Incan construction. Over here at Pikillaqta, you find this big carved granite wall.
Now, I went on my tour originally with Brian Forrester, and he explained what this was. It's not originally a part of the site, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. But it was used for some ceremonial purposes in modern times.
Oh, very neat.
Big granite wheel.
And why don't we take a little
granite
climb up here and see what it's like on top of the site. Climbing up the Incan steps is pretty cool.
You're not supposed to do this, by the way. Don't do what I did.
It's pretty neat.
We'll say I got permission beforehand. I just love being at Cusco during the rainy season because it is just so green. You forget that you're at 11,000 feet, 3,300 meters in elevation. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Rocking my Weinbrenner shoes. Can't get them in the U.S., but, you know, that's okay. They actually just broke a few weeks ago doing Mount Timpanogos. Tragedy.
Kind of tall stairs. A great nub right there. Always love seeing those. Very cool. As usual, guys and gals, don't follow my example. Please obey the rules and do things that are safe and not dangerous and crazy.
I got this footage so that you guys can see what it's like and you guys don't have to do this.
Take that.
Took this burden upon
with a grain of
myself.
salt. Because I like to do things that are a little bit wild. Oh, and from up here, we get a view of both gates. On that side, and on that side.
Now imagine how big this must have been and how grand this must have been in its heyday. I mean, well, years before the Inca, 10,000 years before the Inca, but look at how tall this stone structure is. So that would have been an absolutely massive gate. And you can see here, it is missing parts of it. It used to be a squared off structure here. Incan stuff is filling in the middle. Inca did not build this. They fixed what they could. They did not build this.
Very cool.
So Wari did not build this culture either. W-A-R-I. They're the ones that built the city of Pikillaqta that we're going to go see here in just a little bit. But this is also, the sun gate is known as Rumicolca, which, oh geez, Rumi means stone, and I cannot remember what Colca means. So, anyways, that's the Quechua word for it. We just have a nice, big, long shot of the gate, and of the Incan in the middle, and the megalithic stuff. I mean, like, honestly, people that try to tell me and argue that, like, oh, this is the same people that did all these things, I'm just like, that is so flippin' silly. Look at this right here. Like, clear differences in quality, and this stuff that is superior quality is on the bottom. That's not how technology progresses, especially when we know what the Incan Empire was like at the height of their empire. The Spanish invaded. They had steel, they had people, they had writing, they had people doing all sorts of stuff. Oh, there's a great picture, thanks, Anna. But we know what it looked like, their culture looked like. I do not think that they were capable of doing that. Here's a little meme I made. If the Inca could build this, why would they build the rest of it like this? Frankly, they wouldn't. They just absolutely wouldn't. The megalithic stuff is on bottom. Quote-unquote modern stuff on top. Before we go to the next part here, so this is just one part of Pikillaqta. Located right nearby is the actual city of Pikillaqta. And this is really cool. It's just a little cool drive over there. I got some great footage of it. So let's just kick back and listen to the vibes for a little bit. Shout out to the Toyota Hilux manual diesel. Missed that truck. Interestingly enough, I had to bribe our way in because we didn't pay for the tourist ticket at that point in time, so I think it cost me 20 soles to get in. And you do find some, they found some dinosaur bones there at the site when they've been doing excavations. There's the exterior wall of the city.
Aaron with the Megalithic Mystery, and I'm at the other side here at Pikillaqta. This is the side away from the Sun Gate where the Wari culture built their terraces and their houses. It's a really cool structure here, pre-Incan, so just before the Incan showed up. Let's explore.
I think there was
It's a
about
big
200-year
area
gap.
here. As you can see, it goes
Just for clarification,
all the way down that way, and if you can see a little bit up the hill there. Again, it looks like it's been built without mortar, something that separates it from the Inca. A lot of these buildings. Let's climb up and see what we can find, huh?
There's the overview of the park.
Walking up here around Wari culture at Pikillaqta.
So it looks like the exterior terraces did not use mortar, but some of the buildings on the interior
Very
absolutely
neat.
did. Clay, it was a lot of the construction as well.
Cool to be able to see all these ruins, how our houses used to be, walls used to be, people used to be. And now, not much left.
Again, those megaliths up at the Sun Gate do not fit the technological prowess. I mean, this is the capital city of the Wadi culture. Is this what we're looking at right here? There's the remnants of it. I mean, you'd think that they would save their best construction for the
down here, Pikillaqta, where the Wari built.
Again,
now Piki
they didn't build the Sun Gate.
Means Pikillaqta means flea town or small town, which is interesting because if you were to ask me, it's not very small at all. But maybe it's just a little town that's outside of the main town of Cusco. See some great terracing here on this side.
This place is
Over
huge.
on this side as well. More excellent terracing as you walk up to the top.
And surprisingly, after even living in Cusco this for many months, this was my first time. Was towards my end of my last journey there. It was my first time visiting the site. This place, I should say, the city. I'd visited the Sun Gate many times. The city right here does not feature any megaliths, and so that's why I hadn't gone here previously and filmed it. But it is absolutely gorgeous there, and a very cool place, and very big just to see this ancient archaeological zone.
Interesting craftsmanship here at Pikillaqta.
See how green the mountains are. Oh, I miss it. My heart goes out there. Wish I was there right now. Was there on that day with Russell and Anna and Marie. Shout out everybody. How are you guys doing? Sad that we're all not back in Peru again. But I'm sure we'll get back down there eventually.
This is Aaron with the Megalithic Mystery, and I'm here at Pikillaqta, ancient city of the Wari culture, here high in the Andes Mountains. Now, this place is huge. I really want to show you the scope of this. Let's explore. So starting off over here, you can see all up on this hill on the other side. All of those buildings, all the way across there.
Jeez, Dave, look at that. And this is already after walking
a little
up all
bit
the terraces
decrepit,
up front.
but you know, that's what happens when things have to sit for 2,000 years or more. Actually, I think the Wadi culture was in the 1,000, so that would be 1,000 years ago. Ruins of some ancient large building here. I imagine this is one of the main buildings for the town, just because it's big and has those ceremonial apses at the back. Very neat.
Oh, I always got to do my tree pose. So that was about 15 feet off the ground, so that was kind of fun. Right there to the left is where I was doing the pose. Now, Pikillaqta featured tons of these just long hallways without doors, without going anywhere. I mean, there was just like the city was sectioned off. And so I think right here, as I'm walking down in between two walls that separated different sections of the city, I did not spend the time reading all the placards to investigate specifically why or what that was for. But it is pretty cool to just see these long corridors and the amount of stone. Excuse me. See these long. It's just amazing to see these long corridors and the amount of stone that they actually used for all of it. But again, look at how rough this is. It's very, very, very rough. And the Wari existed for a couple of hundred years, so it's not like they were just around for a short period of time and then died off. They were there for quite a bit of time. Just gorgeous there right outside of Cusco. This is only about 20 minutes away. Maybe 30. Really not far at all. Lots of walking here. I might zip forward just a bit. It looks like I'm turning here in a sec. There's Russell's legs. And yeah, we just come up to a nice little view on top here. So peaceful. One of my favorite aspects of living in Cusco is going to visit these places just during the day, random Wednesday, nobody else is there. I'm not running right now, I sped the video up. It's just a lot of walking up and down these walls.
Oh, wow. Got a cave down there.
This is where they excavated out and found some, it was like a burial chamber. Pulled some stuff out of there.
Interesting. Very interesting.
It's kind of always got to look for pottery shards. It's a long walk down the back side of this wall. And you finally come up here on this little lookout tower that they built. And you do get a pretty great view of the area. Albeit windy.
I'm standing here on what is the main city ramparts of Pikillaqta. You can see the interior of the city over there, and then there's some other buildings out here with another retaining wall. So the city was growing and expanding. Very interesting. Very cool place here at Pikillaqta. Very, very big. On top of the wall here at Pikillaqta, you have more remnants of the Wari culture down there. This place is really sprawling. You can see even goes up the hill up there. Wow, beautiful day out here. The covered section here at Pikillaqta, you can see what fun things they have still protected elephants for us. Honestly, this place is a lot more massive than I originally anticipated. This place is huge. A lot of stuff to see. Definitely recommend Pikillaqta if you are coming to the Cusco region, because even though you don't find any megalithic stuff here, you find some excellent examples of human archaeology, anthropology, and ancient culture. It's a very neat place.
Some of the better preserved places there, and I think over here the one I'm walking up to right now is the kitchens. They used to do.
Looks like this is adobe.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of clay. Oh, it's a big house here.
For like a whole town.
Lots of rooms for whatever it was. Very cool. Very neat.
Top, see down in the kitchen. The oven, I should say. Not the kitchen, the oven there.
More ruined buildings here at Pikillaqta. Cool to see the archaeological dig here. Standing at the front of the city of Pikillaqta, built by the Wari, you can see their use of terracing, use of walls, and the massive city all back up in here. Just huge.
You have a lookout up front too that you can kind of look down over towards the sacred river and just see some of the surrounding hills. Remind me next time to go a little. Oh, I guess I wasn't doing a whole.
Maybe we'll go to the next one. See what that's about.
Remind me to do a slower pan with my camera. Jeez Louise. It's making me sick.
Can't really complain about this view.
It's pretty great, isn't it? And while I have you here staring at that gorgeous view, why don't you guys just real quick hit the subscribe button down there and hit the notification bell to turn on notifications. The majority of you guys that watch these videos are not subscribed. So as I'm starting out this channel, it would be a great help to me if you guys could do so. Greatly appreciate it. Plus, you guys get to see and you get to get notified when you can see more of my awesome adventures all across the world and crazy theories about who built what. One more look at me doing my famous pose that I do all these places. Do the tree pose. And then here's a look at Pikillaqta. So you can see this place is just absolutely huge. There is the sun gate there. You can get a perspective of how close the sun gate is to Pikillaqta, and then how big Pikillaqta is once we actually see the site. And then, again, not too far down the road, Rumicolca, the sun gate. Awesome. Pikillaqta truly is an absolutely incredible place to go see. And as I said, there's a lot of controversy about who built it. Was it the Wari? Was it the Inca? Or was it the megalithic culture of the last ice age constructing those giant blocks? To me, it looks like the latter. But you can decide for yourself. You can just come down and look at any one of these places, put your hands on the stone, climb on some of these things as I do. Just visit megalithicmystery.com/tours and join me on a tour. Again, thanks so much for making it to the end of the video. You guys are awesome. As always, stay awesome, stay engaged, always ask questions, to know from the bottom of my heart that I love you.